Hi, it's Intel update number 2 for today. First time this has happened. The emails are going bonkers, okay? If you need to email me with any information that you feel is relevant to help us prepare to better ourselves, please send an email to the email address below this video and this will be shared. Lots of you wish to remain anonymous and absolutely fine. I personally guarantee you that I will not reveal your identity, okay? So we are going to be talking about hotels and who is staying in them, if you know what I mean, okay? This is just about this little video here, okay? I didn't want to mix it up with others. I wanted to compress them into this just one video because I'm really interested to see the comments below this video about what you guys are seeing, okay? If you feel it's a bit fruity to leave a comment, please send me an email. Without further ado, let's crack on. This is from Brian, who is in St Albans, okay? He knows someone who works at a place called the Noke Hotel. I don't know if any of you guys have heard it. N-O-K-E Hotel. Now, he was saying, well, his friend was telling him, 24/7, right, there's 6 men patrolling that hotel, okay? Patrolling or guarding, all right? So personally, I've worked in the security industry, I'm ex-military, and yes, that's absolutely what military and security will do, okay, to safeguard that property. It's exactly what's happening here. The guy says, obviously, Brian's keeping him anonymous, which is fine. He's saying they're all military looking and foreign. We're hearing this a lot, right? There is a notice on the door saying, this hotel is all privately booked indefinitely. No public access permitted, all right? So if any of you guys in the St Albans area, what do you know about this place called Noke Hotel? It's a new one on me, I'll be totally honest. Mostly Iranians are staying there, and they're all between the ages of 20 and 30 years old. Once again, this is appearing to be a very common theme throughout all of these bits of information that I'm receiving from hotels all over the country, okay? And there's a very, very, very small minority of females who are in these hotels. I would have a conservative guess and say 96-97% are all male between 20 and 30 years old. This was formerly a quarantine hotel back in June 2021, where we all know what happened there. Also, one thing that really made my eyes prick up, so when this guy was there, he noticed that some of the packages and boxes have the words UN written on them. So I'm going to leave that there because that is a seriously hot topic. And I've had two emails, I'm not going to lie, 2 emails from people saying about the UN thing. And this could actually tie together, which makes this even more bizarre and more scary as we go on. So this is from someone called Louise, who is down in London. Basically worked supporting 16 to 18-year-olds with accommodation, okay? Mostly immigrants. They were actually 27 years old when they discovered their identity, okay? They were brought in by social services and they were warned that they could be military trained, obviously to safeguard their safety, okay? So yeah, that's I can't believe I'm saying this in my own country. You know, our own country, where our grandparents and all the rest of it years back fought and died to give us a decent quality of life here in the UK. And it absolutely breaks my heart to tell this news, but it's the truth and people need to be aware, because I'm not sure if mainstream are reporting this. I've stopped watching mainstream years ago, so I don't know what's going on with them guys. This is also from St Albans as well, so there does appear to be a problem in St Albans. This person's completely anonymous and doesn't want their identity revealed. This guy is saying, a few weeks ago, government put in 30 to 40 foreign men, all military looking, there you go, and in their 20s into a hotel. 3 or 4 of them working shifts doing security. Like I said earlier, that's exactly what we used to do. 4 men back in the military, we called it brick patrols. So it'd be like a square and you'd be looking 45-degree angles everywhere, making sure that you're covering everywhere that you're moving, okay? Standard procedure in the military. It's weird having this at hotels on our own streets, right? Apparently, this is a new one. That he's saying that faces change often. And he also thinks that there's rotation going on there. So this could be a hotel which, you know, men are going in, staying there for a period of time and moving somewhere else, not actually physically staying there. So I would hazard a guess and say, if that's the case, it's probably a briefing centre or a training centre. The guy's not saying where it is, but all I know that this guy is in St Albans, okay? This is interesting. Food deliveries come only at night time, but mostly after midnight. So any of you guys working in St Albans, just say if you're Uber Eats, that sort of thing, can you send me an email, or if you're brave, put a comment in there. Just tell me what you're doing, what you're delivering to these hotels and this sort of thing, and what sort of frequency, who pays for the bill, that sort of thing. Obviously, you can do this anonymously and it will not be revealed online. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like I'm in the French Resistance right now because these emails are getting more common of late, okay? So we've obviously touched a nerve about this big immigration problem, right? I read on. Also, town centres now have new barriers in place and 20-mile-an-hour speed limits. Soon be joining the 15-minute city programme. Yes, I talked in depth about the 15-minute city programme on a live stream where I was warned and told by a few people, and thinking myself, I actually pulled the live stream, okay? It had like 20-odd thousand views in a few hours. I pulled it. It's very hot, very pretentious, and I do have to be careful of what I say to safeguard the longevity of this channel. So as you can probably appreciate, I can only say so much, all right? There's a lot at stake, all right, and it is my livelihood, so I do not want to risk it. This is also anonymous, but this person hasn't said where from. Works for a government contractor who looks after troop housing. Now, that could be a term used in the industry, troop housing. First time I've heard of it, to be honest. He says, all of this is true about fighting age, brought into the UK. Some are now being housed in UK military accommodation. Now, someone else said to me about a week ago about this as well. It's not just hotels, it's military accommodation. So whether it's mothballed barracks that had Mary quarters, places like that, maybe they're like currently operational and they're probably sectored off from that set of barracks for this very, very strange movement of migration young fighting men who are gaining access in vast numbers at a more alarming rate daily here into the UK, all right? And also he ends the email saying things are looking really serious. So to have someone who works for a government contractor who looks after troop housing to say that, obviously identity is totally, you know, that is not going to be happening. But yeah, when that person says things are looking really serious, I do think we need to start paying attention to this information, okay? Ending on a lighter note, there is a hotel in Skegness. So any of you guys are from Skeggy, it's called the Savoy Hotel. Apparently, they actually stood up to this and they said no to immigration. Apparently, the government's been contacting all hotels in the UK, offering them silly money to get out of the game. Exactly what they've been doing to the farmers to stop them from farming, to get out of farming. So if you really do love the government, you know, you really need to sit down and have a good think of what is actually going on, all right? That's just my personal opinion. So apparently, according to this survey, this report that come through to me earlier, the government were offering them £300,000 to hand over that hotel and walk away. That's one hotel. How many hotels do you think are in the UK? A lot of them probably closed because of what happened in 2020, if you remember what happened. Lots of people followed the guidance and done as they're told. They stopped and they all went out of business. Some of them stayed trading. Some of them were larger businesses that got support, which is unfair for the medium and small sized businesses here in the UK. So yeah, it really does make you think, how many out of all of the hotels in the UK that were left, all of them were probably offered money from our wonderful government. How many of them took the money? How many of them didn't? It'd be interesting to know what you guys know. Like I said, the email address is below this video. Please send me an email on this, and if I get enough emails, I might even do a live stream or a big in-depth program focusing on justice subjects, because the reason why I'm saying this is I am getting a lot of information about this all at the same time. So something is definitely up. All I'm doing is getting the information and sharing it. That's absolutely what I'm here to do. So you guys, keep them peeled. Keep listening to what's going on. Speak to people who you know work in hotels, etc. Let's find out what is really going on, because none of this is being covered on the mainstream. All right? So you take care, God bless, and stay funky.